Welcome to COMW, Introduction to Web Page Creation Online. I'm Robert Bernard, the instructor of this course, and this video is a brief introduction to how our course will run and answer any of the basic questions that you might start off with. To start off with here, I have opened our course in Blackboard, and to do so I've logged into Blackboard and then I clicked on COMW-100 Spring 2013. On the opening page, you'll see announcements, and at least once a week I post an announcement about where we are in the course, if any grading's been done, or any tips and tricks that could help you along your way. You can also always get back to this by clicking Announcements. We're going to go to our syllabus and review that. Alright, you'll see right at the top there's a syllabus quiz. So after you've reviewed the syllabus and this startup session, please do take the syllabus quiz. That will make the learning units in the course available to you. Okay, so we're in COMW-100 WW01 for Spring 2013. This course does require a textbook, and that's provided here under Materials. And then the other recommended material is Adobe Dreamweaver. You will be needing to develop your pages using a development tool. Dreamweaver is available on all of Mott's campuses, so you do have access to it in the academic computer labs when they're open. You can purchase it. There's several different ways that you can purchase this through Adobe. I believe the bookstore also offers a creative suite. You can buy the product, or you can buy a monthly subscription. And that might be a very good option for you. It's a much lower cost solution and gives you an opportunity to test out, is the web development an avenue that you want to pursue in the future, or are you taking this course and maybe you'll decide that there's something else that you want to do. You could use other tools for this course, so you could use Microsoft Expression, you could use NVU. There are differences in those applications. They are not exact. The directions for this class are written to Adobe Creative Suite CS5. I've noticed that CS6 is now available in the stores. The differences between 5 and 6 they're not that great, so I don't think that there's too much of a problem there. Translating from NVU or Expressions, which is a Microsoft product, will be much greater. So it all depends on your comfortability with computers. Next, you'll see my contact information. Probably the easiest way to get a hold of me for this class is through email. If you're asking content-related questions, though, I will direct you to the Peer Help. This simulates raising your hand in class, and everybody gets to benefit from those questions that you ask. So I highly encourage it. Actually, I require it. And I hope that you answer the questions of your peers in there as well. Number one, this gives you the opportunity to get your questions answered quicker than I could just as one person, but also through the material I've described how to do things. Well, based on that, maybe somebody else's explanation will be a little bit better. When communicating with me, please make sure that you tell me what course you're in. Saying that you're in my computer class is quite confusing to me as I teach many. Our course descriptions in the syllabus. Grades. I think I follow a pretty standard grading scale for the college, and that's listed out here on the syllabus. Assignments. Web assignments must be posted to your web space and be accessible from your homework page to receive any credit. I highly stress this. Make sure you test your pages every time. If they are not accessible from the web, the world can't see them. And I'm included in that as your instructor. If you can't access them from the web, neither can I. And the only recourse that I have on that is to provide you a 0 because you turned in nothing for the week. So make sure that that's done. Work early, test often, and if you run into any problems, of course, please post to the Peer Help Forum or contact me via email. That way we can get these problems taken care of. Working with your web space, which is provided free through Mott, and we'll get into those directions during week 1, is probably one of the bigger challenges for students. So make sure you do leave enough time for that. Next, for critical thinking assignments, those are due each week as well, and they're posted to the appropriate Blackboard discussion area. Due dates. There's a couple of due dates per week. On Wednesdays, that's beginning of our week, and that's when you can download material. I have this entire course open right now, so you can view all 7 weeks if you like. On Fridays, your discussion questions are due. This is also how I do attendance, so it's crucial to your success. And then on Tuesdays, that's the final day of the week, and all remaining assignments are due. When a due date is listed, it means 11:59 p.m. on the stated due date. Our course topics. In this course, we work on really just the introductory level of web page creation. We do not focus heavily on the design aspects. We're focusing on getting a web page developed and on the web. So how do we link? How do we create a consistent theme? How do we add images? How do we control the layout? Are there things that we can do with meta tags, such as adding keywords for a search engine optimization? We're going to work with frames, multimedia, as in adding YouTube videos, web templates, which is where somebody else creates a design theme for you and you're able to implement that. And then we're going to discuss copyright, site management, and marketing. For the course, items and points, you can see that within the syllabus. For a late policy, assignments are due on their due date, and there's no exceptions for late work. You're given adequate notice on the assignments. Everything for this class is posted day one, so if you know you're not going to be able to spend much time on things during week 2, well, you can work in advance. This is done, number one, to keep you on track with your material, because procrastination only will get you so far because the end of the term still works with the stated due date. And it's also creating fairness for your peers. If they have to post something on Tuesday and you have until Friday, you certainly got an unfair advantage, and I'm not willing to do that to the hard work that they've done. Withdrawing from the class, that's your responsibility. You can see the registrar for the last date for withdrawals. I always ask students that if you're going to do that, please let me know, and because I hate to see a student just drop off from the class. It's normally for personal reasons, your work schedule changed, whatever the case is, but as an instructor, it's very nice to know. And also, if there's anything that we can do to help you work through those issues, we would like to know that and make you successful in the class. NS grades are for those who never show up. So the fact that you're viewing this video means, well, you showed up. Financial aid. I would never claim to know anything about financial aid. We have experts on campus that relate to that. So please contact financial aid if you're considering dropping the class or if you're not doing well, and they may give you advice on how to handle that. Incompletes. Those are not given for the course. If you're following the due dates, there's no need for an incomplete. Cheating. I recommend you to work with others. I highly encourage it. I highly encourage you to use the peer help forums. If you want to meet with people outside of class and work in groups, you're more than welcome to do that. Do not share files with each other, please. So you each need to create your own sites, but getting assistance from others where they can help point you in the right direction is highly encouraged. That's part of the learning process. Attendance. Well, there's a syllabus quiz before you can view the content, and then once you do so, the weekly critical thinking discussion questions are how you are marked present or not. You must log on to Blackboard on a regular basis. I don't count that or regularly review those logs unless we have any challenges. I figure that that's your responsibility as an adult student, but I do post announcements, the peer help forums use, the discussion forums are used, so regularly logging onto the class is highly encouraged. I log into our class normally 6 days a week. I usually take Saturday or Sunday off from my work. I normally log in during the mornings as well. So in the morning, I log into the class, I'll look at the peer help forum and make sure everything's still running smoothly in the class. Most of the time I will respond to those entries. There are some times where I will not because other students are answering or it needs a little bit more time to settle, but I am regularly out there taking a look at what's going on. If you ever have a question about that, you're more than welcome to contact me. All right, disclaimer. So the syllabus may change. I would love to say that we know exactly how our semester is going to roll out, but things happen. There's technology issues, whatever the case. So all I say is that the syllabus may change. What I do in that scenario is I make a proposal to the class. Since we're online, I'll do that through a course announcement, and then I'll release a survey and gain a vote from students. Majority rules on the change. Once a change is made, I post that to the announcements as well. So there's full disclosure to you, as well as I certainly seek your input. Whenever I've ever made a change to a syllabus, it has been in the student's best interest. All right, course schedule. We are in a half semester term here, so each week we have 2 units worth of information. I provide start dates, and then for due dates, you know that if a start date's on Wednesday, the first due date is on Saturday for the discussion questions. I'm sorry, it's on Friday for the discussion questions. I'll make sure that's okay in the syllabus. And that the rest of the materials are due on Tuesday. So for each unit, they list out the topic, and that goes all the way through. It's broken up, hopefully where you're able to get enough time to spend on the material to learn the material. This is a 3-credit-hour class, so if this was in the classroom, you would spend 45 hours of time in the classroom. 3 credits a week times 15 weeks is 45. As a college student, you are expected to spend 1 to 2 hours, and it's normally 2, outside of class time to work on materials. So that's 45 to 90 hours. So what that means is that you should expect to spend 90 to 135 hours of your time on this class. So divide that by 8 weeks, and you can see where your time requirements are. You will not be able to get through this material spending an hour or 2 a week, or even 3 hours a week. Remember that it is half a semester, so your time is double. If you have concerns about that, contact me, or you may want to drop at this point, as a spring term might not be appropriate for you. In the fall and winter terms, you've got the full 15-week term. But your total credit hours that you take as a student is normally reduced by half as well, and that's to compensate for this extra time needed. Okay, moving on. There's a discussion forum, so I'm going to click on discussion board, and I have all those listed out for the class. So you can see all the different forums, and you'll see directions or when you are supposed to do these under lessons, so you don't have to worry about when each one is due. That's listed out for the week. And you'll see the peer help forum. And this is to ask content-related questions of your peers. And then I, of course, also provide feedback when necessary. Don't be shy in answering the questions of your peers. If you answer something incorrectly, I'll very politely redirect the answer. There's never a penalty for using this forum. I certainly encourage it and think it's part of the learning process. All right, when I click on lessons, we're going to see a little bit of an issue. It says syllabus review. So before you can review the lessons, you must take the syllabus quiz and pass with 100% accuracy. You can take the syllabus quiz as many times as you would like. So I'm going to pause our video, take the syllabus quiz, that way I can access our lessons. Okay, I've taken the syllabus quiz and earned 100% on it. You can see that the quiz took me 1 minute. It'll probably take you 5 minutes. I certainly know the answers because I wrote the questions. I'll click on lessons. Now I can see the lessons folder appear. And within here, you'll see that there's a lesson for each week And then I have the dates for that week as well, so you don't always have to constantly be referring back to your syllabus. We'll start off with week 1. And then it's broken down to 2 units. In a 15-week term, each one of these units would be a week. So we'll start off with Introduction to Web Page Creation. I give you an overview on the unit. I give you tasks. So what is it that you're supposed to be doing? So you read Chapter 1, review the presentation, set up your web space, create your first page, upload your page to your web space, verify that it's working in your browser. In the discussion board, you're going to create a thread about yourself. So just a basic introduction, and I always find this interesting, especially in a course like this, since this does draw students not only from information technology programs, but also from others that are just interested in web design. So please do post there. And then a Chapter 1 quiz. The quizzes are based on what you read in your text. The presentation is under the presentation button. And then you can see how I have the unit split up here. So I have set up your web space. If you go up here, down here, setting up your web space. You click on that. And then I give you step-by-step directions on what it is that you need to do. For roughly half the units in this class, I even have a video of me doing it. I do not have all of them because in the past I found students ended up totally relying on the videos and some learning was lost. So I use it as a jump start for the class rather than as a crutch. Go back to lessons. All right, even here's a link to the discussion board. So if you click on this, it takes you right to the introductions discussion forum. So hopefully that makes your life a little bit easier as you navigate through our course. And when you're done, that's it. So what you're going to do is you're going to post your web pages up to your web space. I have a list of your web addresses. So each week I click on your web address. I see your web page and what's available can be graded, what's not available can't be graded. So that's really the method, and that's why it's so crucial that you post those assignments up to your web space. All right, there's instructor information. So you've got my contact information, even a lovely picture of me. And then you also have my teaching schedule available to you. So I've got office hours on campus. You are more than welcome to come see me during them. If you have a question that you think is going to take more than 10 minutes of my time, please contact me in advance and say, hey, I plan on coming in on Tuesday at noon, let's say. And I want help with uploading to my web space. With that, I can block out the time for you. For that one, I would block out roughly 20 to 30 minutes because that's about all it takes to explain it for those that get a little lost. And we would set that appointment. The disadvantage of just dropping in is if I'm in an appointment with a student. You'll have to wait. Also, there's some weeks where it's just busier than others where there's a lineup of 3 students. And my goal certainly is to not waste any of your time. I want to make sure that my office and that everything runs as efficiently as it can for you. So that concludes the introduction to our course. If you have any questions, of course, contact me, and I look forward to seeing you be successful in web design.